My name is Myra Caldwell. I am 28 years old and live in a picturesque town called Bayside Harbor. It is a place where the sun sets beautifully over the water, painting vibrant colors against the sky. From a distance, my life may appear perfect. I have a steady job and a few close friends who have been with me through thick and thin. But beneath this seemingly serene surface lies a story filled with betrayal and revenge that transformed my life in ways I could never have imagined. The beginning of my turbulent journey started when I signed a lease with my girlfriend, Ava, whom I had known for nearly 2 decades. We were best friends since childhood, but we had never been single at the same time until then. After years of playful flirting, we finally decided to pursue a deeper relationship, although I now realize it was a misguided leap into romance. I was working a full-time job, putting in a lot of overtime, and also attending an apprenticeship at a wood shop. My days were packed, and I was hardly ever home. This schedule created a rift between us, more significant than I ever anticipated. One fateful afternoon, while we were changing the sheets on our bed, I picked up her phone to help make the bed easier. Right when I grabbed it, I felt it buzz in my hand. My heart raced as I took a quick glance at the notification. What I saw sent a shockwave through my entire being. It was a text message from another man asking her to send another picture of her breasts and professing how much he wanted her. That was the moment my world shattered. The argument that followed was explosive. We exchanged our deepest feelings, mostly centered around anger and heartache. It ended quickly with us deciding to break up. However, the complication arose since we were still bound by the lease. Neither of us could afford to break the contract. We found ourselves trapped in a shared living situation, forced to live side by side, even as we struggled to navigate both our fresh wounds and our tangled history. In the following weeks, I tried to maintain as much emotional distance as I could muster. I resolved never to develop feelings for Ava again. The hurt she caused me was unbearable, leaving a scar that I doubted would ever heal. I pushed those emotions deep into my heart, attempting to carry on with my life as best as I could. On the surface, it appeared that we were cohabitating without any issues, but as time went on, I observed Ava leaning heavily on me for emotional support, in addition to the financial burden of shared expenses. I had done so much for her, covering most of the bills and carrying the weight of our living situation, while she seemed to thrive on the comfort of my presence. Eventually, we decided to seek out a third roommate to help with the costs. Our initial resolution was hopeful, but it became clear over time that I was only being used. Our new roommate turned out to be solid and considerate, and together we devised a plan to move again, breaking the lease we had with Ava. The moment we found a great place, it was almost like a light bulb went off. With excitement bubbling beneath the surface, we made the bittersweet decision to leave Ava high and dry. The satisfaction from seeing her struggle briefly cheered me. Watching her face as we moved was something I never anticipated. A dark part of my soul felt nourished. It felt like a piece of justice, albeit a little twisted. I witnessed her anger and desperation, and even though it didn't heal my betrayal, it brought me a strange sense of peace. Still, my heart remained entangled in the web of betrayal. Just when I thought the past was behind me, I faced a series of emotional hurdles that made me question whether revenge was worth it. I slipped deeper into a cycle of resentment, acknowledging that while I may have tipped the scales against her, my wounds were still open and raw. The reality was that revenge mirrors the torment we feel. It never truly brings closure. What I believed might bring a sense of empowerment instead felt like a temporary distraction from my hurt. As my new normal settled in, I tried to focus on myself. I immersed myself in my work at the wood shop, creating beautiful pieces of furniture that reminded me of who I was outside of the drama with Ava. But each time I looked back on our history, the pain of her betrayal weighed on my heart as heavily as before. Yet, a part of me learned to embrace this struggle as a part of my identity. The challenges I faced pushed me onward, and with every piece I crafted, I felt a little more empowered. Then, one day, as I was assembling a beautiful oak table, I received an unexpected message from Ava. It rattled me. She wanted to talk, to apologize, and to explain her side of things. My first instinct was to ignore her, but something tugged at my heart. Perhaps it was the prospect of closure. So, reluctantly, I agreed to meet her. When we sat down for coffee, the conversation shifted from moments of genuine laughter from our past to the heavier topics of regret and forgiveness. I listened as she poured out her heart, detailing her reasons for her actions. They were fraught with desperation, loneliness, and fear. In that moment, I felt both anger and sympathy. As I looked into her eyes, realizing there was a shared history that could not be erased, I understood something profound. Revenge may have given me a moment of satisfaction, but true empowerment lay in my ability to let go of the past. With both of us moving away from our shared memories and mistakes, I found a sense of closure, perhaps not entirely what I expected. Ava may have crossed the line, but ultimately I realized she was still a person with her own struggles, one that had struggled to navigate the complexities of adulthood. So, as my life continued to change, I chose forgiveness over the bitterness that had once consumed me. It was not a simple decision. Rather, it was a choice I reaffirmed every day. I began to redefine my life not by the grievances I felt but by hope for the future. The unexpected twist came when I discovered that letting go not only freed me, but it opened up new paths for happiness. I reclaimed my power and turned my focus to what truly mattered: my growth, my creativity, and the person I wanted to become. In the end, it was not revenge. It was healing that brought me peace at last.